Good morning on what is a cool, grey and damp day. It is Thursday the 30th of May. It is UK Games Expo Eve and I'm in the Reading Nook with a nice hot cup of tea. And a box to continue unboxing. What I've got in here is these, and it's a sheaf of scenarios for Delta Green, the role-playing game, published by Delta Green Publishing. This is the role-playing. Delta Green is the role-playing game of essentially Lovecraftian investigative role-playing and conspiracies in which you play typically members of a United States agency who have been seconded to or work for a secret conspiracy dedicated to containing the basically the efforts of cultists and unnatural entities from essentially damaging the world and mankind and keeping it secret. So I've already had a look at Puppets and Shadows Plays, one of the very first scenarios for the game, published back in 1997. Let's have a look at presents. Let's have a look at Meridian. So, the dying of the light. Joplin, Missouri, the crossroads of America. In the dying days of summer 2018, two investigators driving from Washington, D.C. on a case that looks like a waste of time and resources to investigate the finances of a rural shelter for homeless youth. It looks like poison to careers that are already on life support, unless there's more to it. Unless the ghostly lights of tall tales really do have hot rise over the black woods. Unless the leaves whisper with memories beyond life and death. Delta Green has to find new agents somewhere. Meridian includes two such recruits, beleaguered federal agents from a career-killing task force. They seek a church too poor to follow the law. They find something else entirely. Meridian is a complete scenario for Delta Green, role-playing of Lovecraftian horror and conspiracy. It's playable with 4 rules in the Agent's Handbook or the Quick Start rules in Delta Green Need to Know, available from Arc Green Publishing. I absolutely recommend if you haven't tried Delta Green at all, do go and get hold of Need to Know. It's got a terrific little starting scenario that you can play in a single session, and you have the means to create characters and everything else to run the game. So that's the back of the blurb, and without much fuss or we are straight into the contents of the book. Not much to see, but you've got an explanation of what's going on, including the holy light and the preacher and his abilities, the task force assigned to investigate, the religious crimes task force, tax fraud, tax and fraud section, suggestions on playing with pre-generated investigators, agents, and then we've got details on Joplin, and notes on the weather throughout the course of the scenario, because of course that will affect how things work, and then dealing with things like social work, basically interacting with the locals, what happens on the first night, and it's basically anywhere America, because hey, you've got the Golden Arches there, and basically interacting with the various NPCs, including Karen Keeler, Deputy Potts, looking for the church, trying to find out where it is, and beginning to suspect there's something odd going on with going out to Ghost Light Bridge and encountering the Ghost Light, and the kids also from Holy Light, whatever it is, almost like a will-o'-the-wisp preacher, they are worshipping it. So, essentially what the investigators, the agents do next, the scientific investigations, personal reactions to what's going on, and then finally locating the church and investigating there. And you have a very archetypal wooden church American church, sort of very run down. Including capturing the brother Dan, presumably the pastor or something like that. And then investigating the building, going down to the basement, which of course is where the danger is going to be. But beyond that, in the woods, you've got a location called Ghostlight Grove, and this is where the characters are basically going to essentially encounter the light, and discover what it is. And then that's going to presumably drive them from the grove in fear, because there's a section they called Flight from the Grove. Possible dangers to encounter during in the forest, whether that's falling trees, eruption of spores, baffling thickets. So essentially, it's more natural disasters there as they're running away, and then having encountered an incursion, how to deal with it. We've got the aftermath. We've got the men and women involved in the Holy Light Ministries. So full stats for them. And then some pre-generated agents. There we go. Two, and then also you've got basically a social worker, state social worker, so she can become sort of like a Delta Green friendly. So that's Meridian, something weird and light out in the woods for Delta Green, the role-playing game. Well, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing of Nook. If you did, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings of the Nook, where you will see me out here with a package containing a book or game or role-playing game, or in this case, a scenario for Arc Green Publishing's Delta Green, the role-playing game, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.